Hello, my name is Holly Urbane. I'm based out of the Seiler Instrument, Wisconsin office. I'm going to talk today about configuring a total station connection inside the Trimble Forensics Capture software. We have other videos on unpackaging your SX10, installing the Capture software on your data collector, and just getting started. When you run Capture for the first time, you have to answer a few questions. How do you want the distances? How do you want the angle? And where do you want your scene stored? I tap that Browse button and typically navigate just to the My Documents folder. And then when I've set the folder where my scenes are going to go, I tap Finish. What this does is it takes you to the main menu in the Trimble Capture software. I'd like you to go over to your SX10, make sure there's a full battery, pop it in the door, and press the power button. What you should see on the lights is as you start up the instrument, it's going to be a solid light. This is just the startup process. It doesn't mean that it's ready to go. As soon as the instrument makes a noise, you'll see that the light goes to flashing. There are 3 different flashing modes. This is the Wi-Fi mode. Kind of a nice, steady, fast flash. If you hold the button down, you'll see it goes super fast, and that's where it's reconfiguring. And this I'll call the slow flash. This is the radio mode, so when you want to talk to your instrument with a radio, that's the slow flash. And if you hold the button down too long, it's actually going to turn the instrument off. So when you start your instrument, you're going to want it in the Wi-Fi mode. So you want this nice, steady, fast flash. From the main capture screen, you're going to hit the menu bar. That's the 3 bars in the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to select Configure Total Station. Since we haven't configured a total station, this is blank. You're going to want to set it to a Trimble SX10. And again, since we haven't connected, we're just going to hit Next. And now we're going to use that right arrow next to where it says Device. And we're going to scan for any devices in the area. Couple options. If you have cabled the instrument, you'll see the serial number of your SX10 and a parentheses with the word cable next to it. That means that it found the connection with the cable. If you have the instrument in the proper Wi-Fi mode and you see the steady flashing, you'll actually see the serial number come up without the word cable after it. You'll toggle that radio button and then hit the check mark to get out of the connection screen. The device will be set to your SX10 serial number. You'll tap Next. Now it's going to actually try and connect to the instrument. What should be happening over at the instrument is, I call it coming to attention. The scope should come up to 90 degrees and the light should change from flashing to solid. And you should hear a nice ding noise on your data collector. That means that the data collector connection is made and your connection has been established. Go ahead and hit Complete. This confuses a few people, but then it goes ahead and disconnects. All we were doing was configuring that connection. We weren't actually working in it. So it disconnected and the instrument went back to its steady flashing mode. But you did everything correct if you got the connection screen. You can have multiple connections. So if your office has multiple SX10 units, you can configure all of them at once on your capture software. So if I go back into that Configure Total Station, you'll see that my previous serial number is there. But if I tap that right arrow, the serial number that I've connected to previously shows up in the list. Make sure you check the serial number on the bottom of the SX10 that you're trying to connect to. Then check that radio button and then tap the check mark. Couple troubleshooting options. One of the easiest troubleshooting tools is just to restart the entire system. Power off the instrument, pull the batteries, and actually shut down the data collector and restart the software. You might get an error that pops up that says unable to connect. Make sure that's the fast blinking Wi-Fi mode. Another issue that we've seen is the instrument is connected with the data collector to the SX10 with a Wi-Fi connection. If you use your data collector connecting to your phone's hotspot to surf the web or check the weather, you can accidentally disconnect from your SX10 and connect to the hotspot on your phone in the middle of your project. So you want to make sure that the auto connect when in range is not checked anytime you connect to other Wi-Fi devices other than the SX10. As a last resort, if you're on a scene and you can't make the connection work, plug in the cable. The cable will work 100% of the time. Again, thanks for watching.